Yellow. We are here doing some stuff. I need to, hold up. I'm gonna have to configure push to mute, real quick. Hold on. Yay, I can mute it and unmute it as well now. Yellow, we are back. So, what we are going to be doing in this stream is we're going to be seeing the original Season 5 story and Cyber Duel files. We're gonna begin with the current ones first, and then we're going to be doing the ones that were planned for the original MS Reese, and then we're going to be doing all these alternate versions. And yes, all these are for the proper storyline as well. So let's get started. Also, I have a new operating system right here, Windows 7 Professional. And also I have a new mic. Still getting set up right now because right now the frame rate is abysmal. Haven't figured that out yet. So let us get started. Also I have Office 2000. Switch to 200%. Here's the title. Microsoft Sam Supers and Signs. Season 5, Bernard's Revenge. This version was written in September 2017. The general rewrite occurred in September. And this is the 5th revision, wrote in March 2019, apparently. The original one I wrote in October 2016. Pretty cool title on Office. Episode 1, The Scheme. For the record, I'm just gonna scroll through this, and you guys can come back here later, and then read all, just pause it. So I'm gonna begin from here, start scrolling down. Also, you'll notice in some parts that I didn't follow the original story completely. Like, not even this story was followed completely. I differed from it slightly. Like, you'll notice that characters say some slightly different quotes here in the story file than they do in the actual episodes themselves. Epic Lad presents ELP asks, will there be a MSC Season 6? You'll have to see when the time comes. For now, there's definitely going to be the end of Season 2 remake and the Season 3 remake first. Oh, I forgot I made this white. So I'm gonna go on ahead. Add a little highlighter effect right there for you guys, right there. Episode 9, the remesh. There's supposed to be like a gray highlighter thing, but I had like some gradient applied here, and so I didn't need it. Anyways, continue. And that is the end of this story file. The one that, the newest one that I had available. It's not like a perfect telling of the thing there. The only changes we made, were the whatever it was. Yeah, the highlighter. Make a new folder called Done. Notice that this is not in my, that all these are shortcuts and not actually in the actual storyline folder or the usual folders. It's because I got those grouped with other seasons and I don't really want to share spoilers. So let us begin and get into this Cyber Duels. Right here. This is actually the independent Cyber Duels. The independent Cyber Duel between Sam and Mike before S5E1 premiered. So I'm gonna do more of the same thing as I did here. A very short one. Gonna... The Raffle 98 asks, why not just label Mike as the opponent rather than the bad guy? It's because that was the naming scheme I had for the allies and the enemies back then. In the Vegas Pro project files, which we might get into, by the way, I have the two sides labeled as allies and enemies. In the text files, I have them labeled as good guys and bad guys. It's just a convention I've followed for throughout the season 5. Also, I'm scrolling really fast because, just for reference, because this stream is really for, going back and seeing it, like pausing if you need to. This is the way I'm uploading the files. Hey, hello, TGN. What's going on? I'm going through my files. The storyline on Cyber Duel files. Oops, I'm at the end. And I'm going through them really fast with the idea that, users who wanna, people who wanna see, the files later can see in the stream archive. Because in the stream archive you can pause it at will and stuff. I'm not putting it on Google Docs because it's gonna get really cumbersome in the way I'm gonna distribute the files. May as well distribute them all in one nice video. Although if people want them in like the Google Docs or in their original form, then I might upload them later. Also, after this, I might open up Vegas Pro project files and like look at the Cyber Duels cumbersome in like number of files and how to like label them, like how I uploaded my Dempamen albums sprites. Kind of cumbersome there, somewhat, just in my opinion. I meant like cumbersome and like finding places to like store them and like label them incorrectly, like not having them be not having them be not having them be lost like my Temperament albums were. This video is more readily found than the files are. Also, I skipped a block of unused text there that I didn't bother to remove for some reason. Well, the thing about the Wii U sprites is that they were like completely unsorted, and that's like also in the Dempa sprites as well, which are actually in 4 albums. They're like completely assorted. Here I'm opening them in order. This is the one where with the antivirus. I had the idea to do this in the form of a stream, like as I was making my community post on my main channel. Yes, this is the last stream before the break. I'll look into the mic volume bit and after I'm done with the Cyber Duel files. Sorry about that. And also I'm muting my mic sometimes. Yeah, the YouTube chat is the only way to talk right now. My Discord server is already locked right now, for now. I hope so. I hope it will be useful. Yeah, we're going to go through the original versions of the Cyber Duels and also other versions that I decided to keep around even after I updated them. because some of them are really interesting because Bernard uses fire and lightning attack combined in one of them. That's my desktop background right now. I have it cycling through various Windows wallpapers. Alright, now let's fix the mic settings really quick. Yes. There, is that better? I have it at 6.3 decibels increase. No. You may not see the Aurora Borealis. That is totally not an oven fire. Those hams better not be steamed. Alright, so next we are going to go to open the original storyline for it. Yeah, I've seen steamed hams. The first time I saw it was on this guy called QWERTY XP 2001 or something. Wrong Zong. He's got a weird spelled name, kind of. He makes pretty interesting videos with the Windows XP logo, and they talk in error sounds. And that's where I first saw the steamed hams thing. And then I watched the original. Alright, now let's see how we can zoom this. Actually, I have an idea. Yes! We can just have it scroll by itself. That is the power of middle click for you. I'm not even touching the mouse right now. Yeah. I changed some of the names whenever I changed channels. Like, Robin used to be Leo, or Leo used to be Robin. Joshua used to be Lawrence. Joseph used to be Reese. And Timothy used to be Francisco. Yeah, and also his full name is Timothy. Like his proper first name is Timothy, but everyone calls him Timmy as a little nickname. See, I had that with the gray outline so you could see the white text. Oh yeah, I originally made this back in like LibreOffice. That's why it's opening in Windows right, because I don't have LibreOffice installed anymore. I upgraded to Microsoft Office. We can move that to done. Now let's get on to the original Cyber Duels. This should be interesting. Also, this was actually used. How do I write my stories initially? Literally how you saw, basically. I just typed them as they looked on there. Just typed them as I went along in Windows, or Microsoft Office rather. In the text document, I typed them uh, as ideas were like coming or something. Like I got an idea for a story, and uh, yeah. But I usually just have all the story written before I do any actual editing. But in season six's case, I have a few of the first 4 episodes voice clips done, story voice clips done. In fact, I got some of season five's done, story voice clips done, and I haven't completed season six's current version of its story yet because I wanted to create the wave files. And about the Cyber Duels, I usually make all the script files for the Cyber Duels before I get started with the season. Usually, actually, I had an older version of S5F before this, in which we're going to see in other versions. But what I did in season 5 is basically what I did was like we hit a major time gap between S5E6 and S5E7, and during that time gap I rewrote some of the story for the later episodes to make them more epic and stuff, I guess. So I shouldn't have done that, to be honest. I think that kind of made it take longer than it otherwise would have. Like that story scene was actually an addition to the story. If I just kept with the original story I had since like for MSCs, then it probably would have gotten completed like a few months ago. Alright, unmuted. Sorry about that. The computer is not in an optimal, streaming location, so, yeah. So, TGN asked how I made my Cyber Duels in general, and basically what I do is, like, uh, I just, like, go through it like an actual, like if it were an actual like an actual RPG. Like it's kind of like a game that I play with myself. Kind of have characters do specific moves and stuff. And now we are in the battles before the original versions. Oh yeah, the original story, the original story that I made before the MS Reese, the modern MS Reese story was also in a text file that also included the other seasons' stories, so I might pull that up as well, just to show that part of the season off. Also, I noticed that some of the text goes outward, so I just enabled word wrap. Um, I don't know if I needed to do that for the others. I'm gonna go double check. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot I had word wrap disabled and I missed some text on the initial run, so I reran through them. Now let's get back started again. Also, can't quite talk right now, so. Oops, misspelling right here. Okay, we are back. So, yeah. Just making sure that it was okay. Anyways, TGN asked, one more question I have regarding Cyber Duels. How exactly do you calculate the damage done by the individual moves? It can vary depending on the move. For the standard move, I just do a basic for the basic attack, I just do half the attack stat minus, like if Microsoft Sam is attacking Microsoft Mary, half of his attack stat would be, half of his attack stat minus a quarter of Mary's defense stat would be the damage dealt to Mary. So let's see. I opened up calculator right here. So 257 in this one divided by 2, and then Mary's defense divided by 4, and now we got, shoot, was that 16.5? Yeah, 16.5. Right, 257 divided by 2 minus 16.5, and that is the damage that Microsoft Sam would deal to Microsoft Mary, in this case, in a standard attack. Right here. For Microsoft Punch, instead of just half the attack power, the full attack power is used. So, also the critical hit uses the full attack power. Critical hit Microsoft Punches used twice the attack power. So that would be the damage Microsoft Sam would deal to Microsoft Mary if Sam got a critical hit, or if Sam used Microsoft Punch, since they're basically the same thing, except Microsoft Punch uses more attack power. I mean, Microsoft Punch uses cyber power, and it has the potential to deal double damage, like quadruple damage, if it gets a critical hit. Also, I think the Raffle Blaster can be more overpowered in some situation. The Raffle Blaster, that's another thing there. Every shot deals like a quarter of his attack power. So each Raffle bullet, like if he used it on Microsoft Mary, each hit would deal... Oh, whoops, I messed up. Alright, each hit would deal... Let's round... Sometimes you gotta round it. 48 damage to Microsoft Mary. If every hit and dealt normal damage, this would be how much damage Microsoft Sam would be dealing with his Raffle Blaster. So it can be pretty overpowered, but if the enemy's defense stat is high enough, it won't be very effective. Anyhow, let us continue. I hope that was of some form of help. I hope that was of use to you. In this case, yes, DevJoe501. But also consider in this case that Microsoft Sam is level 99 and Mary's only level 30. If you used it on Microsoft Anna, Sam wouldn't get as drastic results. Oh yeah, and this one, I had a different thing for Microsoft Sam's Fireball, in which it was going to act similar to Microsoft Mike's Plasma Rifle and Microsoft Anna and Microsoft Mary's, but I decided to scrap it. That's why this is an older version. Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing as the one that I used in the end. TGN, to be honest, I haven't even completely figured out how I haven't completely figured out accuracy or sturdiness. So I'm just having them be applied by convenience, to be honest. Oh yeah, and also as you can see here, S5E11. On some point, I was going to extend season 5 to more episodes than 10. And this, I don't know if I ever finished this battle right here. You'll see in one of these here that it'll have more than 10. Some of them have 11, featuring a surprise episode at the end. And some of them, one of them at least, has like 13 or 14. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I never finished this one because uh I just decided that um continuing on with more episodes of MSC season 5 would be stupid and would be like continuing to uh increase the time of season 5 way more than it needs to be. I might reuse the antivirus quarantine concept later though. Much later. A bit later. I don't know. 2K1 XP Win XP and ME fan asks, how many hours is season 5 combined? Uh I think over 5 hours. Uh TGN asks, how do I decide how many hits a weapon like the Raffle Blaster would land on an opponent? Uh Based on the accuracy, I guess. Hold up. To be honest, it's mostly based on convenience and if I can like afford to lose the hit or something, I might take it out. Oh, and also I had like a little thing in where Bernard's system restore 2C. It restored 250 HP instead of 275, and also Bernard fed Harry a jelly bean, to prevent him from going out because he went under zero following the reflected explosion from the Robernard 9001. So what I did was had Harry dodge one of the Raffle bullets in the Raffle Blaster wave, and also had the HP increase, and it that was just enough to get Harry's HP up to 4, and I was still able to keep the critical hit retaliation from Bernard from the attack from Harry on Bernard. That was like one of my favorite parts of the final Cyber Duel. Like, I was laughing whenever I was making it, and I was still laughing whenever I was editing it. One more. Oh yeah, the timestamp chapters for this live stream might be a must because, like, it's kind of in various places. I was hoping this was gonna go clean and smooth, and then I noticed word wrap wasn't on, and there was text that continued beyond what you guys could see. So, yeah, that was a bummer. Gonna have to, add timestamps. And then eventually I'll probably upload the original files. Not ruling that out. But I'm just gonna make this stream really quick as a kind of a quicker way to do it. Alright, so now we're done with all the Cyber Duel versions. Now let's get into these versions. And there are quite a few interesting versions, too. Witness the power of middle click. You know, this would be a perfect opportunity for a perfect moment for classical music. Yes, a question? If Sam uses Microsoft Punch and gets a critical hit, would that double his attack power? Like, attack. Yes, exactly. Alright, now let's open up this. Hold up, I got an idea. I will be back to open up some classical music for us to listen to. Let's see. Alright, so this is my repository of classical music right now. As far as I can tell, this is public domain, or rather Creative Commons. So let's go on ahead and play Poet and Peasant, one of the songs in the one of the songs in the season 5 finale. Taking notes. Nice. Is that volume good? Or is it too loud? Alright, I turned up my mic to 13.3 decibel increase. Is that good? Is that better? They nerfed the power of middle click. They severely nerfed it. Hey guys, say hello to Clippy. Yeah, this is Office 2000. To get rid of the pink background. background. So, yeah. I might test that out soon on the stream. I'm not sure about Windows 7 Basic. Ta-da! We're now on the classic theme, and oh boy. Yes, it does work. Oh no, the stream fancy cookie. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back to Windows 7 real quick, or the Windows 7 theme really quick. Hold up. It works to get rid of the background, but it doesn't work to make Clippy visible on stream. This is another song that appeared on the stream, or appeared on S5E10 right here. I got this one from Wikipedia. We got another beta name for the episode, for the preservation. We also had the standoff. Yeah, this is the one with 14 episodes, technically, I think. Well, technically 14, that's, the number is 14. Although one of the new ones is incomplete. Yeah, that's what I want to do one of these days. I'll see what I can do after the stream. Ooh, look, new color. we got dark purple right here instead of brown as was used in the original run. This one is really dark blue right here. And then we got like a darker mint green or something. Oh yeah, this is incomplete. Also, I rarely accept friend requests unless they're from users who I know very well, like TGN, Super Swirly Titan 198, and Throttle 98, among others. Here's brown. This is where the existing episodes pick up from. I was basically inserting more episodes in between S5E8 and S5E9's part of this, S5E7 and S5E8's part of the story. $2K1 Win XP and an ME fan. The TTS community is like, you don't need to like do friend requests to join it. Like, you can make TTS videos and be technically considered TTS YouTuber. I myself consider myself to be independent of any governing body. I myself claim to be independent of any governing body of any like text-to-speech community. Like, but you could technically consider me a part of the text-to-speech community somewhat, although I operate very differently from other text-to-speech YouTubers. Somewhat of a loose affiliation. I don't know every member very well. Like, I know like who Thunderbirds 101 is. But I don't really know much about him. Same with NKR's 200. Yeah, that collab was pretty fun. And why is the middle click stopping? See how badly they nerfed middle click? Uh. Oh. We look at this. We got a misspelling of the word "and" here. Data isn't even a part of the current episode 10 story file. Yes, this is the Symphony 5 one. Getting much closer to the final version in this one. Oh, but instead of Microsoft Mary finding and restoring Mike and Anna, it's Sam right here. this might be the final same thing as the final version right here, because it was made on, it's the 5th revision, and it was written March 2019, same as the final version. I'm just gonna go on ahead and scroll through it real quick, just in case there's any differences. Yes, FoxyFan13, I actually showcased it a little earlier in this stream. Back voice me's will be saved, for now, maybe. Although I am thinking about doing like a quick classic Windows errors episode with MacFred. Yes, it is okay if we use Bruno. I actually have his sprites grouped in with the Dempaman sprites I posted in. So you can use them. Although, please do credit me if you do decide to use them. My welcome page has links to the Dempaman album sprites, so you should be able to find the Livy Police sprites in there. Oh, and also TGN has a sorted thing that he posted on his Twitter. The welcome page is the first link in my About section. Also, you may think that we're done here, but, well, yes, but actually no. Because it just so happens that I forgot to include, I have an older version, much older version of Season 5. Well, yes, but actually no. Oh, by the way, that was actually misquoted. The actual phrase is, good guess, but actually no. Alright, trying to find the whatever it is. Trying to find the story. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to open a new Notepad file and then post the contents of Season 5 in it. And my goodness, it looks pretty hard to read, to be honest. Because literally the only line breaks are separating this. So, whoa, my mic muted. Alright, here we are. I'm not gonna make you read all, that in this state because I'm just gonna put in some line breaks to separate the episodes from themselves. Because I wanna be able to read well as well. Oh yeah, one thing about this version is that Harry was originally gonna help here as well, but I changed this to replace Harry with Microsoft Mary instead. Um, I kind of wish I didn't do that, and I kind of wish I kept the original one, but I don't think I have it anymore, so that is a bummer. This is as close as to the original one as we can get. And that is all the files that we have here. But we may open some Vegas Pro project files if you guys would like. Which one would you like to see? Which episode, video, or Cyber Duel would you like to see in a Vegas Pro? Opened in Vegas Pro. What I'm basically going to be doing is opening a Vegas Pro project files. Right. All the Cyber Duels. MSSEA Season 5, that version of the story, I already showed it, but I can do it again. First off, we're gonna show the original MSSEA version again, and then we're gonna go into the editing. Alright, we have this. Unfortunately, I don't have the titles of this ready, because, I don't know. Right, episode 2. Whoa. Middle click is not nerfed here. Let us use its power. I think episode 4 was still going to be the garage. Or something. Yeah, they didn't optimize in the middle click. It's a lot better in WordPad. that is the end of this story file. Now let us open some Vegas Pro project files. Excuse me for a minute. Oh yeah, speaking of Bruno's sprites, I've found Stickman sprites to be very easy to animate. Very easy to animate. In Paint.net. Oh man, where is it? There it is. I might leave it, but since I'm not using it as an icon anymore, I probably won't. But since I'm using it in this screen now, I might. So, alright, opening codename MSSEA5B7. This might get very laggy. Because, like, you know. Also, one thing about the finale episode, one thing about the finale episode is that it would cause Vegas Pro to take up, like, literally more than what my RAM could supply. Like, seriously, I got to a point where I could, like, spam programs and it could crash. I only got it to BSOD once. I tried again, but it didn't BSOD. So, yeah. Alright. Thank you for the recommendation, TGN. Right. Int main. Also, we can get out of this now. Right. So, yeah. So basically the basic structure of this thing is the Cyber Duel announcer, the RPG text box, the 3D overlay which I used for the Microsoft Punch, which by the way has a new animation, as you can see here. And then of course the attack layer, and then allied damage for Microsoft SAM. I have these separate because, like, they can overlap with like, in this one I have it separate for, like, to ease the categories. Right here. Like, make it so that there's not as many tracks in each category, so I don't have to, like, go through it. And the fans are starting to sound like a plane is taking off. Yeah, I got there. That's not the computer fans. That's fans we got. Other fans that we got. And they're used for cooling people off. Alright, so this is Microsoft SAM. Overlay 1, this is the action overlay. Overlay 2, this is supposed to be Sam's HP flashes, but I didn't put any in this episode because of the glitched out HP. Also, you'll notice if you watch 16 glitch out to, like, I don't know, from 64 to 128, you'll notice that the video starts to freak out, and those were actually rendering errors. But I decided to keep them in and not re-render it because it added to the aesthetic of the number glitching out, like I just said, went with it and said, the number glitched so hard that it caused the video to glitch. Anyhow, this is the attack overlay, attack behind allied gauges. That's for like attacks that go below Microsoft SAM's gauge. Like this one, it would be weird if it was over Microsoft SAM's gauge because it's supposed to be behind it. Play that clip with the 16 glitching. Sure can do. Give me a minute.
Tip of the day. Don't mess up. Fine. I won't. I really wanted to, just to put in another plot twist, but fine. I'll actually succeed. Messages were bogus. Guess I really haven't seen. Oh great, here we go again.
By the way, from that system restore it goes to binary. That's 16 in binary. This is a certain number in binary. And this is another certain number in binary.
That's some hot fire.
We're coming up on it. Skip. Oh, it wasn't that part.
Oh great. And now the dumb we go again.
Although that one did have a glitch frame there. If you notice, this one went away. Not as, like, glitchy as one of these over here.
Really?
Show yourself. Oh, right here. Here we go.
Fire.
This is the glitchy part where it makes the thing glitch up. Yeah. Oh man, you can't frame advance in this. And VLC media player does not want to cooperate.
Nice. That's some hot fire.
Yeah, there it was. Right there. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess I could change the speed, the playback speed. How does one do that? In VLC. Something I quite don't know yet. Oh no, my DS has died. Oh, forget it. Let's just go. Yeah. There's where my videos are stored. Some of them. Close on this. So yeah. This is the attack. These are the sound clips. Right here. Right here. These are the sound clips. and like 6 sound channels. Hooray for Vegas freezing. Alright, here we got enemy damage, damage number, and damage splash. Alright, the enemy 16. I never had to put on HP flashes, so, yeah. And also, here's the tracks for whenever there's 2 numbers, and then whenever there's 6 numbers. Four or 6 numbers. Right, that is the outer left, middle left, inner right, middle right, and outer right. That's how I have them named. These are the background borders. Alright then, this is a background overlay for whenever the flashes go off there. Whenever Sam uses System Restore on it. And then this is the background itself. Earthbound vibes from the background. This is actually literally just an effect here. Hold up. Gotta make sure my anti-spoiler stuff is active. Alright, no spoilers here. Let's see. This is actually literally just micro right here. Texture micro. Right here, see? You can change this to have different colors and stuff. And that's what I did. And I rendered it because it was if I didn't render it, it would have slowed the whole project down. And it slowed down the project anyway, so I just muted this track while I made the Cyber Duel. And I did the same thing for the finale, the final Cyber Duel. So, I also, made the clouds here. I think it was, perspective, it was. Yeah, clouds perspective right here. And then I used keyframes to like make them rotate. And then I didn't use the blue sky thing. I didn't render that one in. I just used an effect there. And then for like the Super Leo background, I took the other one, the older spinning Leo background, and then I applied new colors to it. Right, so I think that should be it for the this Cyber Duel project right here. Which other one do you guys want to see? Let's see. S5E2. Alright, the final battle. S5E2 will be a bit more inconvenient to open because I'll have to S5E2 will be more inconvenient to open because I renamed some directories, and so if I have to do S5E2, then I'll have to rename a bunch of directories. You know what, let's try that. Show that off. That's a cool feature about Vegas. right here. So it detects that I changed this, the location of this. I'll just ignore this. Ignore this. Oh man. Yeah, this is gonna be torture trying to get this done because this is using the older style Wii U sprite file name scheme. And so I changed the file names on almost all of them. And so it's gonna be torture to. I'm gonna have to reselect each one. So yeah, I'm gonna open a different one instead. Uh, S5B8, otherwise known as the final, ah, the final battle, or the final Cyber Duel. Bernard's last stand, the season finale. Oh, by the way, did you guys see that I put in those chapter breaks I used in S5E10? YouTube has this cool little new feature called chapters, and how it works is that you can go into the list, you can go into your video's description and put in a list of timestamps, and next to each of those timestamps on the same line, you type a name, and then according to the times, your video will be divided according to the timestamps, and they'll be named according to the names that you give them. However, I found that you have to have a letter, at least like one letter in there, because if you have like just punctuation marks or just numbers, then the splits won't even register. The chapter splits won't register. They won't show up. So that's why the word 16 instead of the number 16 is in there, where the 16 Cyber Duel starts. Alright. Yeah. Yellow. Alright. You put my channel name in the credits. Okay. Is this loaded? Yeah, this is one of the hugest drawbacks about editing with Vegas, with large projects, is that it takes forever to load it, load stuff. As you saw here, as you're seeing right now, it's taking forever. The Discord server is on red only because I'm fixing to go on a total offline break from the internet until July 4. That's why it's locked. Speaking of which, I need to make that channel art for that inactivity channel art, and that will be a pretty opportune moment to showcase New Blue Titler Pro 5. But first off, I'll show what you guys want to see about this Cyber Duel, and then yeah. Yes, Bernard's dad made a deliberate reference to the Go Animate videos. In fact, I think I came up with that joke before I even used it. So at the time it was new to my channel. But then I used the grounded joke in a few videos, so it wasn't as new. Alright, so let's play some classical music. Let's do this one. The 1812 Overture by, that guy's name. This one wasn't in the S5E10 thing. Actually close media player, reopen it, so that the font is fixed. Alright, so, yes, Vegas Pro is going very slowly. Expected behavior. 3D front, Alt D0. This was for Microsoft Punch again. Microsoft Punch again. And then I think this was... Oh, this was Super Bernard's Punch. Oh, by the way, this isn't Beethoven. Oh yeah, and the original Cyber Duel, it was just this as the attack hit. The POW came from S5E10 there. The unexpected transformation of Bernard. And then the hack stats. Hyper Bernard, no chance. There's the Cyber Duel voice things here. Then there's the attacks for most of the normal attacks that go over the allied gauges, which you see over here. Then there's the RPG text boxes, character window, text box itself. Here I actually had the allied damage numbers above everything over here. And then there's the splash, that's basically weakness and stuff. Splash and splash 2 is where the weakness and status appear, critical hit. Alright, and then this is obviously the hit slash HP fill up. Also, win XP and ME fan. If it's a friend request, then please don't expect me to accept it. Alright, and then there's the hits and both splashes for the rest of the allies. Then there's Microsoft Sam himself. This is repeated for the other 4 allies, as you can see. Basically, the whole thing about this. This is the allied gauge itself, and then there's the action overlay. Like whenever it's I don't know, anyhow, this is supposed to be the action overlay for like whenever Microsoft Sam is inactive and stuff. And then the health overlay, that's for the HP flashes, and you'll notice that the level is at 25%. There's attack, below the gauges, and then the numerous sound channels here. Sound 7 sound channels here, and there's more down there. But, yeah. 3D back, that's for Super Bernard's flurry of punches, as you can see here. Alright, thank you. Alright. Enemy damage, B-gang, and the others. This is basically the same thing, except the damage numbers aren't brought above everything else. Also, because of the limit of tracks for the Rifle Blaster damage, I used bacon and sugars in their enemy damage tracks for putting in the Rifle Blaster numbers and hits. It took like 32 tracks to do. Billy's same structure throughout, as you can see. Let's see all of this. Oh yeah, and these little diamond things, these are keyframes right here. They control the motion of this stuff. Like the way the images move and stuff. Right, there's bacon, there's sugar, there's Robernard, there's news. And then there's bacon right here. The structure is again similar, going to be similar for the other enemies. Oops, I made a change by mistake. Do not move track. Sugar taking a while to open. Sugar is here. Billy is here. Yep, here's Billy. And this huge block of whatever it is, that's either HP flashes. For this entire thing right here, it's Billy flexing his muscles. And what that's supposed to do is like deflect physical attacks off of them. Like Sam's Rifle Blaster. There's Bernard right there, the big bad Bernard boy himself. There's Harry right here. There's the Robernard 9001 right here. There's new. No, I didn't reference Sonic Adventure. I don't think I did. If I did, it was a complete accident. So, there's track 100. Then there's a couple of music tracks which I didn't use. Like I muted them, and then I put all this music in the actual MSSEA5 project, so that way I wouldn't have to re-render the Cyber Duel in case I felt the music was out of place. And then here's the top border, the low border, and then the background. And also I forgot to remove these borders. Whenever the characters win or won and they're leveling up. So they're present throughout the entire thing whenever they're supposed to be missing. That was a mistake on my part. Also an interesting mistake that I'm surprised no one has caught was in the pre-roll. And I was doing it was a voicing error, and I was playing as Joseph, and instead of Studio Systems, I said System Studios. I even made like a chat in it. I opted not to fix it because I thought it was going to be a funny thing to keep in there. So, alright, does anyone else want to see anything else in the finale? And yes, I do English very well myself. Anything else in the finale of Season 5, the final battle? As 5v6, that's gonna be torture again to open, because again the file name changes, all that stuff. Oh yeah, also the final frame count of the battle is 92,880, or 95 minutes, 49 seconds, and 33 extra frames, so basically a little over 49 and a half seconds there. That's the time of the Cyber Duel. S5v9 shouldn't be a hassle. Yeah, I suppose not. Oh look, yeah, S5v9 is already done. Like, I already got all the stuff sorted out on it. In fact, I actually had it open to, I had it open while I was editing S5v10. Also, we can just safely ignore the Cyber Windows Studios thing in the intros. I changed the file names of them, and also the locations in the Cyber Windows Studios thing, but it's like very minor. I could easily do it, but I just don't want to do it right now, because I'm not going to be going back to this project file very often. So, Supreme Overlays. For these flashes there, and then for the warning flashes, and then for the blue flash right here, which is actually a BSOD right here, the warning system crashed. There's good old Microsoft Sam glitching out. Bunch of stuff here. There's the watermark keyframes indicating motion. There's the text, which I also used for request text. 3D overlay, some more overlays. Oops, my system crashed. I lost my data, but I had an antivirus. RPG text box. Oops, my crash system. Needs more data indeed. Antivirus is not enough. You need bacon. All of your bases belong to us. Bacon is not enough. You need Taco Bell. Plot twist: Taco Bell sells bacon. There's the RPG text box right here. Also, the RPG text is deceptively more time consuming to place than you'd think. In fact, the RPG text is what treated as 5e10 out of a May release. So yeah, I think so. Also, did anyone spot that caption where Mike said, "That's how I lost a literal ton of cocoa one time," right here? Like appears for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 frames. Cat timestamp 2912. That was in S5e9. Also, of course I don't copy do I look like a printer thing is in here as well. Yeah, right here. Right here. Dr. Taco Bell, is that a funny and amusing errors S2E0 reference? The episode with the most of those captions is Microsoft Sam X fails at OS troubleshooting. There's the reaction windows. And only Sam's was present, it seems. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also there's a new face there. Story tracks. This is where I did the animation and I collapsed them whenever I didn't need them. Also, this is the part where this song is really good. So, 3D video right here. Alright, now that it's over with, you'll notice that I kept keyframes off of the error/sign track. That's so that this little bar wasn't going to be here. Let me show you. Like this little bar space appears whenever you have multiple keyframes. So I just like to keep this one free of that, if possible. That's also why these Cyber Duels have the motion keyframes and are put in the story tracks right here with the shaking effect. This one as well. And then here's our audio tracks down here. This is for like increasing. The reason I have these louder audio tracks is because you can't like increase the volume like that, but you can decrease the volume like that. Also, escape button is very useful, especially in applying RPG text. Like you're doing this. And then all of a sudden you do this by mistake. And then if you let go, you get over there and sometimes you don't want to do it. And then, so if you accidentally click while this icon is still active, press escape and you won't be forced to that position. That's very useful. Yeah, there's a sound effects plugin. I prefer to work with multiple sound channels. That's something to keep in mind though. Alright, this is for Bacon and Gold and Scotty and whatever. This is for Sugar and New because their voices can get quiet. Also Data as well. This is for the really quiet sound effects like the Windows 7 critical stop and the Windows XP minimize and maximize sounds. This is obviously for music. Audio left, which I added pan 50% to the left, only used in this instant.
Happened to Sam? Nothing bad,
I don't
is
know
it?
why
Well,
I used it
it's just.
here. I don't know why I used it here. Yeah. And there's an audio 3 there. for normal audio. There's a 3D background here. I'm not sure why I have the 3D background there. Oh yeah, there's it has a value on the z-axis. There. There. And then there's the regular background, of course. Right. It's very interesting that you can increase the volume via an audio effect. I've applied numerous audio effects myself. Like the vibrato. This is a very nice preset right here. Although sometimes it's excessive. What do you guys think? Vibrato is fun to mess with. Alright. Yeah. Actually used Vibrato in this 5e10's project file, in which I will open right here. In the uneatable feast sign. That was a hilarious sign request right there, the uneatable feast one. Oh yes, it is. Vibrato is used for the laughter condition. Like it's literally just the ally attacks sound effect, but it's vibrato. Also in this 5e10 you'll notice that there's only 38 tracks here. It's a lot cleaner looking than S5e9. I don't know what I was thinking whenever I was structuring S5e9, because I was like, man, I don't like how I structured this or something. Alright. We got the background track. We're working in reverse. We got our music. We got louder audio. These various audio tracks, which can come in handy, having so many. Plus it doesn't hurt. And then again we got no keyframes on this one. And then for the video tracks, I actually split them into multiple categories. Right here. You'll see this beautiful mess of keyframes here in the previously on sections, and also in the thereafter. Yep. Look at this amazing mess of keyframes. Yes. Very much yes. Then there's 3D video tracks for whenever I needed 3D. Like here. With Bert screaming at Bernard. Right here. The allies going into Bernard's computer. Bernard screaming, "You idiot," at Harry. Or whatever it was. Or watch your language at Harry. Or watch your mouth at Harry. Then there's another, some more keyframes right here. Yeah. I didn't use like more than 5 video tracks sometimes. Like sometimes I only needed 5. Disobeyed me. Yep. You disobeyed me still survives. But Bernard uses it against Harry. There's the reaction windows, in which there are 4 here. Because all of them are used. Also, I did a mistake here while I was editing this in. I upscaled all the errors with nearest neighbor quality, but I forgot to replace the screenshot right here, as you can see. See, there's the error before it was upscaled, and there it is after, and it's still surviving in the original video. Then there's the 3D overlay for 3D again. The RPG text boxes for the RPG text. Open Sesame. I love how my animated cursors aren't moving, aren't actually animated in the stream. Suppose capture cursor has its limits in OBS. Oh, here we go. This is the text boxes. This is the character window, and this is all the RPG text. Alright. So there's that. It's a lot of RPG text right here, as we can zoom in and see if Vegas Pro will cooperate with us. Vegas Pro is very laggy with large projects, but it runs pretty fast with smaller ones. Kind of behind the scenes of the episode. Yeah. These are all text events. Like the darker gray represent a high concentration of events. The lighter gray represents a space of nothing. Yeah, we zoom in, and the dark gray becomes actual events. Anyways, that was a lot. So, and then we got our watermark, the Supreme overlay, the text, then the Supreme 3D overlay, which I introduced later. Bacon came in and obscured everything. The 3D overlays are very good for overloads, because yeah, you like increase the Z value, or decrease it rather, make it larger in the negative direction rather than increasing the size, which visibly slows down. But not here. Like, it keeps going for the 3D axis. Alright, that's it for S5v10, I think. Unless you guys want to see specific moments in it. The final frame count of S5v10 itself, and then here is the final time of it: 2 hours, 46 seconds, and 25 extra frames, so a little under 2 hours and 46.5 seconds. So, I'm gonna make a new project. We're going to make the inactivity channel art on stream. Yeah, 011 was kind of a mess in the errors and signs. Hold on 1 minute as I go get my channel text logo. Right, we are here with this. This is the text that I use. We're just using this for a reference or something. Hold on 1 minute while I activate the anti-spoiler screen. Just in case. Alright, see then. We're back. So, the reason I put in a copy of my channel text is not to have a copy of my channel text, but to have a template to work with. We're gonna actually get rid of the image here. Actually, is this even aligned? Barely, but it looks a lot less aligned for some reason. Have to look into that. Alright, gradients. Is mic going to be updated? This is an temporary inactivity screen, so there's probably not going to be any characters. Oh, I thought. Oh, you're talking about the actual screen that I use. You're talking about this screen. I'm not sure if this screen is going to be updated with Mike's new design because I don't use the icon anymore. Not really. The icon was just a quick inclusion there. Let's see. Going to change this 24 up. Start typing the font size. Early inactive until July 4, 2020. Inactive until 2020. All that good stuff. Gonna make it yellow right here. Then we can make the gradient different. I don't know. Ooh, this is a good color combination of colors right here. Hooray. Yeah. Do that. We're gonna save this in miscellaneous. Just as an active text. Alright, so, let's see, move this up. Easier. Yes, here we are. We have a go. Yeah. Now we're going to open paint.net. Nuts, I muted my mic. Alright, so we have our anti-spoiler screen up here. Going to open the Samjo 404 text. Then we're going to YouTube channel text, channel art. Now the anti-spoilers, no more spoilers. Also, here's a brief slideshow of my channel art. We're going to be replicating a style similar to this one, somewhat, except we're going to be using a gradient, I think, for the background. New one. I made this too many MSSEA5 themed channel arts. Then there's the Mitomo Sprites one with Mary's original design. And again, then with all the Mitomo sprites there. Then again, and then here's one that I barely used. Then there's Microsoft, Sam and Bernard staring at each other, the last MSSEA5 channel art. My current one that's soon to be changed out. One that I made out of an older one, but with Mitomo sprites. Then there's this one, a very flashy one. And then an April Fool's one, where everything was upside down. That was an awesome April Fool's. And then there's this one, and this, and this. This is the current one. The current default one. It's going to be updated soon, eventually. And so... I did it again. I muted my mic again. I didn't make any e-comedian ones. Oh, I wonder how my mic keeps getting muted. So it is June 7. We're gonna change it on June 8, provided we get it done fast enough. Yeah, the e-comedian's name never really got anywhere. 2.71828, that's how many digits I know about E. Hooray. E is the next pi. We don't actually need this tab. Now I know why I keep muting my mic, because I have it set to left control, which is a frequent key of mine. I guess I better change that. So, settings, push to mute, hotkeys, do escape. Alright, so I changed the push to mute thing. Alright, so yeah, the stream is ending. I moved the anchor instead of whatever it was. Right, so we're going to be doing this. We're going to be resizing this one. So this will be useful after all. And then like the cyber window will be like, I don't know, right here. No. We're gonna make Samjo404 text over here. Rotate it. Cause why not? Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yep. For the sake of centering it, we're going to move this, and we're going to move this. Having the text relatively centered. Yay. Shimmer it. Whatever. Never mind. We're just gonna have the Samjo404 text on the left side. And then have the cyber window on the right. But bigger. Perfectly balanced. So, try something different here. We're gonna make the opacity of this down to like, I don't know, 108. Go to the middle point, which is approximately here. Ooh, man. There's that. But then there's also this, which is better. Go here. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, this is what we're gonna go with. And then we're gonna just, oops, shrink this, cause this again. Ooh. Now shrink this down. July. B window, cyber window. This. And this. Whatever we have here. Oh boy. Let's see, does this look good enough? Or does this look good? E. It's E1122. As you can see right here. EA Sports. It's in the DLC. Everything they make is in the DLC. And it's junk. Freemium for the loss. Alright, I think this is good right here. Let's see, what's the safe zone again? 1546 by 423. Alright, let's do that. Center 1546 423. Just to see how it looks. And I'm not sure I like how that looks, because it seems a bit off center, don't you think? Nintendo's starting to get into cahoots with microtransactions as well. They made a game that never should have existed, Dr. Mario World. Should be scaled slightly smaller. Light. Yeah. Match the length of the Samjo 404 text. Suppose. Yeah, I think that might be good. Save it. Canvas size 1546, 423. This is what the folks on mobile will see right here. Do the Mario. Do the Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario World is hard. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to steal your money. Microtransaction oriented games are designed to be stupid hard so they can steal all your money through pointless microtransactions. Dr. Mario World should never exist under any circumstances. Of course, neither should Candy Crush clones, but whatever. Bejeweled Stars should have never existed. I would expect that kind of behavior from EA, but not Nintendo. Right. This is what the folks on desktop will see. How in the world do I use New Blue Titler Pro? You go to Media Generators. Well, I just streamed it using New Blue Titler Pro just a few minutes ago. Yeah, this is a combination of a bend effect, two bend effects, like one going inwards, one going in an arch, and then I rotated the text, and also I put my Samjoy in quad color in the Samjo 404 one, and then I did gradient for this one, and also adjusted the opacity of the face of this text, of each of the texts, to 55. So, yeah, this is a go. Control F, Control Shift F. Save as PNG, and we have our channel art. Yay. So there's that. And I think that's it. Let me go check out MSSEA5 S5E10 real quick. 1607 views with
All you have
96 likes and 1 dislike. Very fast growth. Oops. You don't think you can use it the same way I can do it? Oh, you have the Express version. Well, I use New Blue Titler EX2 for a time. No, I paused the ad. Here, Phil Swift here with Flex Tape. Hi, Billy Mays here with Windows 96. And, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, since there's nothing left to do, so, yeah. I haven't watched the Phil Swift commercial, so, gonna be ending the stream very, very, very soon. Thank you all for watching. And we got the back whenever I was using Movie Studio, I used New Blue Titler EX as well, and it is a little bit more limited and all that stuff, but it's usable, I would say. So we will be ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you in July.